In this video, let's just have a look at the navigation in Kajabi, adding headers and footers to your pages. So let's assume we're going into one of our pages. We'll click on website and we'll come into where you can see in here, and this is where we've come to it because we're working our way down here. We've got navigation. And so it is put in here by default, a main menu that is our store and then library. And then in the footer, there's nothing added into this yet. And then the members menu, there's a dashboard, member directory, and announcement. So this is actually for the membership section. And then we've got about and contact menu as well. We probably want to make our own one here. In fact, let me just come across. I'm going to open another tab and let's just open up our website page. Let's open this up in a new page and we'll be able to have the two things open. We just made this homepage in the previous video. If you watch that video of how to build a website in Kajabi, then you will see how we put this together. But let's just look in this heading area. So that would be your standard header along the top here. So you can customize it in here. You can set this to be, well, firstly, that's not really working because the heading text color is white. Let's just change that back so we can actually see anything that's coming in here. I think there was a logo set in the top. Maybe what we'll do actually is instead of changing that to white, we'll change the header background color. There we go. We'll just put it in this dark one for now. It's just that logo that was white text, so it wasn't coming up. That is a menu or a header that will scroll away at the top. We can do that overlay version so that if it didn't have a background color there, it would just sit nicely text over the top. We'll put it back in just for now. And then we can do sticky as well. So enable sticky header. What that means is as I scroll down the page, why doesn't it do it? Yeah, it's changed it to green. Interesting. I tell you why, because it's assuming it's we've got it overlay. Let's take the color out. What it would do when it becomes the sticky. So as soon as it's gone off the screen like that, let's save it. That will help. Right. Try again. When I scroll this down, notice that it now comes in. So it keeps the menu at the top all the time. So that's what we call a sticky header. Otherwise, it'll disappear when you scroll down. So it's then telling me what do we want in this header. We've got a logo, which is where it says Prosper over here at the moment. So I could change that out and you set it by the image width. If you wanted to just have text, then as it's already put in for us, business name, we can change that text color and stretching the block to fill the rest of the space. Interesting, I haven't seen that before. And then the alignment of the text up here as well. So that could sit either on the left or in the center or over on the right. We're going to change this back to our image. So that's the logo. Then there is a menu and then there's user menu. So when I click on menu here and it's saying select a menu, so we've got a couple in here. So main menu was the default one, and that then brings in store, my library, and this on the end is our user menu. If someone is logged in when they're on your page, they'll be able to click on this. And tell you what, let's save this and preview it, and you'll see what I mean. So this will link to my store or my library, or over here, if someone's a customer, when they click on this, it will take them this way to the settings and they can, because it knows I'm logged in, I can log out or I can go to my account settings over here, signing in and yep. So that's quite nice, and quite often I just have that because if it's for a customer and they need to be able to log in and jump to their library, in a way that's all I need on here. But we can edit this menu. So if we click on menu here and this is taking us back. When I click on here to say edit your list, it's going to bring us back over here to where we were. So we can add to this menu, or we can just start a completely new menu altogether if we want to. But I can link to a product, to a page, or an external link, or sometimes just to go to the hyperlink of the page. So it might be that we want to, well, the pages are just the ones that are actually built here in the website. So I can link to these different ones that I've got, directories and things, or I can link into one of my landing pages. We've only got one landing page made in here, so I could link to that, but I don't have to have that name at the top. I could type over that editing or something like that, and then it'll find that visible to logged in users only. So it allows me to put a padlock on it, and so unless somebody is logged in like you just saw they were, then this won't appear to them. And I can save that and I can add it in here. It's draft at the minute. I can publish it. Well, to be honest, I'm just going to take this out. It's not a page that I want to use. Yeah, typically this is what you would do if you're your about page, your contact page, and that's kind of traditionally what you put at the top of your home page. Remember that we're not putting this on our landing pages. The point of landing pages, we don't want that navigation. We don't want to send people elsewhere. So just have a think about what pages you might want to add in to this, and they could be available. Or as it said there, we can actually take them to a product. So we could take them off to this course or actually to a lesson from within it. And again, we can change that if we want to, so only it will send it to logged in users. I'm not quite seeing why we would want to send somebody to this. If you know why don't you let me know in the comments. But back on our page here, then we can add this menu in. And so we can add some customization there as well. We can tell it to open these links up in a new tab. And again, like I say, I like this user menu that we can click on, that people can see they're logged in, and it will show them either log in or log out, settings and library. And then that's just saying, how do you want that aligned with the text on the left or the right? So you're editing on the page here, and you can actually change this on different pages. So if we were on our about page, for example, we could change this. This wouldn't make sense because we're on the about page anyway, but I just want to show you that that menu can change from here back to our home page. Just remember that when you're changing web pages, so any that are on this list here, the menu will stay the same. Whatever we set on this page will apply to other pages as well. We can't change them around individually like you could do on a landing page. So we can build that out, and you could add extra pages along there if you wanted to. So for the sake of this, why don't we just put the about in and the contact page. We can adjust the order of it. Maybe we're using the blog, and maybe just for something different, and here we could put YouTube, and we could link off there to our YouTube channel. Maybe I'm thinking my library would come at the end. Store, I don't know, we're only playing with it anyway. And so that's now the default, that's main menu. So when I come back into here, and if I were to refresh this, hopefully that main menu will update, although I might not have even saved that. Yeah, there we go. So about, contact, blog, YouTube, store. So you can see how easy that is. That will change based on whatever I put in here, and that order will change around. So that's your header. Footer you access at the bottom of the page here. And so again, you can choose what you want to put in the footer. It doesn't look like that's brought anything in. So maybe if we not got anything in the footer, no, the footer's sitting here empty. The footer is more likely where you're going to put your privacy policy, your cookie policy. And if you want to know how to get to them, those pages are in a separate place. Can I jump to it from here? We can go into our settings, and you should see, well, I'm confused here because I was trying to get to static pages, and on my account, it's here in settings and I can't see it. And I just went up here and typed in static pages, and Kajabi admin static pages. And it shows me that it's here in settings and static pages. So I'm really confused as to how I got to this and why I couldn't get to it before. But this is where you would put something like your privacy policy in here that just had a title and a block of text, and then we could link to it in its add a link to our footer and bring it in that way. I'm not able to show you this one. This is, I'm sure you can go off and Google privacy policies, cookie policies. You may already have one, but it is just a text form that you drop into here, and that is good practice to have that in your footers at the bottom of your pages. So that would go in there. Sorry about that. I'm a little bit confused as to what happened there. The other thing we can add into our footer, so we've got a copyright over here. So we can click on that and you can change this around to your name. We've got our link list that it is the footers that's going to come in there. We could also add in our social icons. So if you wanted to bring these in, you can see it's already bringing them in for me. Facebook, X, Instagram, because they've been filled in. This is just going to go to Kajabi's, so make sure you put yours in. But any others that you add in here, it will bring the icon in because it will recognize it. So that can be quite nice to add those to the bottom. You can change the color of those icons. You can put a background color to them. You can actually change the style of them like this as well then. So this is how you can play around with that footer, add other things in there, put a logo down there if you want, and the powered by Kajabi, keep that in there as well if you're set up as an affiliate. That can be really useful if somebody sees your site and likes it and they think, let's come over and have a look, then you can earn some affiliate commission. You can just adjust down here into typography, the font size on desktop and mobile, and then you've got a little bit, you can just hide the footer in here, or vertically layout, so it's going to stack it up. We haven't actually put anything in, but if you've got the menu and things, it will just bring it that way down rather than running it all horizontally. So yeah, longer than I thought, but just showing you how to get to that, to change and customize these if you want to. Just remember, as I say, that if you're in the website section and you're building web pages, that header and footer will be consistent across all the web pages. Different in a landing page, you can have those completely independent on every page that you create, and you can create a new menu for every page that you create if you want to. Hope that's helped. Ask any questions if you're stuck on that one, and we're going to move on to the next one in our series, which should be our blog. So let's have a look at how to set up a blog in Kajabi.